everybody, it's Laura of Design for Serenity with the Thousand Oaks Grand Reveal. After 750 plants, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of rock, labor from dawn until dark over the last 5 days, we got her done. So please come along with me and let me show you. Okay, here is the flank, the front flank. We have our necklace of aeonium surrounded by senecio, ripens. We've got some beautiful rubble rock and just simple things. I wanted to keep this simple. This is way down at the foot of the entry. I didn't want the gardener, the homeowners having to kill themselves down here with maintenance. So we've got some aloe cameronii, which will red up here pretty soon, and bush aloe, and my favorite, sunset jade. These crassula curly jade will be planted by the gardeners tomorrow. Greg and I have to head home tonight. We are tired, as you can well imagine. All right. Here is the beginning of the new installation. We've got our aeoniums around the beautiful Mediterranean fan palm. What was the name of this rubble, Greg?
Goose Lake.
Goose Lake Cobble is the rubble that I chose. It is absolutely gorgeous rock. And of course we've got burgundy lava, and the top dressing that the clients chose is buckskin brown 1/2 inch. Here you can kind of see a overview of the whole space. It's not a football field, but it feels like 4 football fields. But what an incredible difference. No more lawn. And remember, I didn't do any mounding here because I wanted to take advantage of the infinity edge. At the edge of this installation, you know, we drop down into what I'm affectionately referring to now as Devil's Slope, which is something that we'll tackle in phase 2 here in the near future. But now you can see that I didn't plant any trees in here either. The trees will go down in the slope. I didn't want to impact or detract from, I should say, the view that the clients have. It's so beautiful and peaceful here in Thousand Oaks. Very, very lovely. All right. Here's our tapestry, our entry tapestry, all top dressed with our rock. We've got that wonderful rubble, and then in the front I ran a little bit of 3/4 inch burgundy. Remember everyone, rock makes it. Don't skimp on your rock. Get creative. Choose rock top dressings, maybe like I did. I usually use 3 kinds of rock, and then oftentimes I'll pull in Crevo as an accent, and I'll show you where I did that. Here's some Crevo with some fiberglass on top, and of course Greg did the Wet Look 2000. Here's our driftwood planted with aloes. More Crevo. Then I'll come on over to this side for you. You all haven't seen this yet. Here's the right side tapestry. I'll start at the beginning. Take you down. See how the rock just makes a baby garden look so mature. It lends so much depth. Here's our little Crevo. I call this the beach. To me, this just kind of gives the feel of water and sand. And then you can see how the ribbons extend all the way down beyond the patio to the very end. I'll take you over there too. Here's Greg applying the wet look to the Crevo. We don't want this to blow away, and we don't want animals pestering it. It's very, you know, you can imagine, sandy and fragile. So we put the wet look in a Hudson sprayer and then apply it to any fine sand or rock we're using that we want to stay put. And then Greg just applies the lacquer. Remember, it's permeable, water will go through it, but weeds won't come up, and that is such a bonus. Once this dries after about a half an hour, it's crusty. You can't, you know, you aren't going to be able to move the glass. It's going to be stuck there for good. Look at the little Aluaudia procera. Isn't that adorable? I've got a few of them. And then remember these stakes? This is where the uplights and accent lights are going in the garden. That's still to be done. The homeowner is an engineer and he can handle that himself. Oh, look at that, ladies. Bonus. Sorry, I'm a little slap happy. Okay. All right, moving through. This bird bath has sentimental value for the client. It was a gift, a Mother's Day gift to her years ago, and it was tipped over out in the backyard. And I said, can I use that bird bath? And she said, I wish you would. So we did. And this bird bath will be viewed through the picture window in the front of the house. Another perspective, looking down the tapestry. Here we go. The clients are going to get some chairs. I suggested maybe a bright colored Adirondack, a couple Adirondack chairs to put on this patio. And then we've got our little baby Cercis canadensis forest pansy. This is a drought tolerant tree. It's on the California list of drought tolerant trees. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's just, as you can see, a baby, but I recommend planting 15-gallon trees over larger trees. They tend to grow just as fast. You know, after a couple of years, your 15 will have surpassed your 24 or your 36, and you save a fortune. And this cute little tree will drop all of its leaves in the winter, and then in the spring, it will bless us with tiny little cherry blossoms. It gets a canopy of about 30 feet, so it's not, you know, going to stay small. It will take up this space nicely very soon. Now, another thing I want to show you that I did here. See this stake? And you know how when you bring a tree home from the nursery, it's taped all the way from top to bottom real tight? Well, you want to release that tape. I just allowed the tape to stay right down here to hold the tree from, you know, tipping over. But we want to give the tree some wiggle room. Otherwise, what can happen is it can develop what's called reverse taper. If the tree is secured to a stake over time, rather than gaining girth down at the bottom where you want it, the girth occurs up here at the top. And then when you eventually take it off the stake, it flops over. So remember, give your trees some breathing room when you plant them. After about a year, we should be good to take the stake off completely. Oh, here's a little bling. I thought this area could really use it. It's just a little empty. So I went around to the backyard. I found this, you know, just a little random terracotta planter. I put a little agave blue glow in there and top dressed with the sea glass. Very simple, but it gives a lot of pop in the garden. Okay, moving on. Aren't these sticks on fire going to be amazing when they get taller? They are going to own this corner. It's going to be awesome. Oh, I'll show you something. This is, we're going to, yeah, be continuing on with the project. It ends here at the corner of the property. But eventually this flagstone path will go all the way through that gate and on into Never Never Land back there. But this, check this out. This is going to be the Cactus Garden. Isn't this a magnificent spot for a cactus garden? This is going to be our xeriscape, and I'm going to choose cacti that behave themselves and don't get too big. And we won't need any irrigation over here at all. I'm going to do some real intricate rock and pebble work and boulder work, and it's going to be absolutely gorge when we get it done. Okay, here's another perspective of the garden, the completed garden. Remember, this was 3,000 square feet of grass 1 week ago. I'd like to give special thanks to our crew, the Rodrigos and Eric. They were fantastic. They worked so hard to help us finish this. And a special shout out to my volunteers that came from Riverside, Los Angeles, Valencia. We had Brandy and Isabel and Gina and Angela. Thank you ladies so much for coming and helping us. We never would have got this done without you. And of course, I want to give a special shout out to my succulent husband, Greg, my partner in crime. Absolutely can't do anything I do without his help and support. And to our homeowners, our happy homeowners, Maggie and Tom, who are already entertaining the neighbors, having them come over and take a look. Everybody's just been blown away. I'm so thrilled I just want people to see that a drought-tolerant, low-maintenance, sustainable garden does not have to be ugly. It does not have to look dry. Remember, this is just a baby garden. You know, I'll be bringing you back, because we'll be here probably for the rest of our lives before we get this whole project done. But I'm going to take you on the journey. I'm going to show you how this garden grows and how every single month it's going to get more incredible as these plants begin to mature. It's just going to take on depth and character and continue to thrive with very little intervention. All right, there's Maggie. Hey Maggie! Happy homeowner Maggie! Yay! Boy, I couldn't have done it without her. She was right out here alongside of us the entire week, working like a slave, I tell you. Okay, well, it's time to pack up our tools and get on the road back to San Diego. I want to thank each and every one of you as well for following this week and for all of your lovely comments and your show of support and encouragement and enthusiasm as we tackled this enormous project. You all have the most amazing weekend. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy your gardens, and I will talk at you soon. This is Laura of Design for Serenity saying good night from Thousand Oaks.